Welcome to our U.S. briefing show. Today, we have some riveting stories lined up for you. First up, former President Donald Trump had a narrow escape last week when a bullet grazed his ear, leaving it 2 centimeters wound. His former White House doctor, Ronny Jackson, has been treating him since the incident. Stay tuned for more on this dramatic event. Next, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is gearing up to address the U.S. Congress for a record 4th time. This comes amid rising tensions and calls for a ceasefire with Hamas in the ongoing Gaza conflict. We'll dive into the implications of his speech and the international reactions. Lastly, Hong Kong's own Edie Hu has smashed the record for the fastest swim across the Oresund Strait between Denmark and Sweden. Her incredible feat sets her sights on the Paris Olympics, and we can't wait to see what she accomplishes next. Please stay tuned for the full details. Japan Times, in Washington, former White House physician Ronny Jackson revealed that Donald Trump sustained a 2-centimeter gunshot wound during an attempted assassination at a Pennsylvania rally. The bullet narrowly missed entering Trump's head, striking the top of his right ear. Jackson, who flew to New Jersey to treat Trump, noted that the injury is starting to heal. The attack also resulted in the death of a bystander and injuries to 2 others. Japan Times, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to address the U.S. Congress amid rising tensions due to the ongoing Gaza war. This will mark Netanyahu's 4th address to a joint meeting of Congress, surpassing Winston Churchill's record. Analysts suggest that the conflict, sparked by Hamas attacks on October 7, has strained relations between Israel and its key ally, the United States, which has been urging a swift ceasefire agreement. Yahoo U.S., in Santa Fe, Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham has been grappling with high water usage at the governor's mansion, a lush 31-acre property. Since taking office in 2019, water consumption for irrigation has decreased from 1.2 million gallons in 2018 to 771,000 gallons in 2023. Efforts to conserve water include introducing low water use plants, xeriscaping, and a new drip irrigation system. Despite these measures, the mansion's water consumption remains significantly higher than average, prompting ongoing initiatives to further enhance conservation. Yahoo U.S., Steph Curry and LeBron James, 2 of the most celebrated basketball players of their generation, are relishing their time as teammates on Team USA. In a thrilling game against South Sudan, the Americans faced a daunting double-digit deficit at halftime, but Curry and James spearheaded a remarkable comeback. The game reached its climax when James made a decisive layup in the final seconds, securing a 101-100 victory. Both players expressed their joy and admiration for each other's performance, with James stating his preference for close games that test their mettle. This camaraderie between the 2 NBA legends, often seen as rivals, is a refreshing sight for basketball fans as they continue their journey in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Yahoo U.S. The recent special legislative session in New Mexico highlighted a growing rift between Democratic lawmakers and Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. The session, intended to address public safety proposals, ended with only a single spending bill passed, prompting sharp criticism from the governor. She accused the legislature of failing to act on crucial safety measures, while lawmakers defended their need for more time to evaluate complex issues. This tension is not uncommon for governors in their second term, as political analyst Brian Sanderoff noted. The session's outcome underscores the delicate balance of power and the need for collaboration between the governor and the legislature to address pressing state issues effectively. South China Morning Post, the United States plan to integrate Japan, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea into the NATO framework, known as IP4, faces significant hurdles, including the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, China's assertiveness, and the upcoming U.S. presidential election. The institutionalization of IP4 aims to solidify U.S. alliances in the Indo-Pacific region, ensuring future administrations cannot easily reverse these ties. Observers note that the success of this initiative will depend on geopolitical developments and the ability of these countries to navigate their relationships with China. While the move is seen as a strategic response to regional security threats, it also highlights the evolving nature of international alliances and the complexities of maintaining a unified front against common adversaries. South China Morning Post, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to deliver a historic 4th speech to the U.S. Congress amid intense pressure to negotiate a ceasefire deal with Hamas in the ongoing Gaza war. Netanyahu will surpass Winston Churchill's record of 3 addresses, but the backdrop of this event is fraught with tension between Israel and its main ally, the United States. The U.S. fears backlash from the increasing civilian casualties in Gaza, and protests by families of hostages taken by Hamas add to Netanyahu's domestic challenges. A proposed 6-week ceasefire deal, mediated by Qatar, Egypt, and the U.S., aims to exchange Israeli hostages for Palestinians held in Israeli prisons. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has indicated that negotiations are close to finalizing this deal. Despite this, Netanyahu remains firm on applying military pressure to free the hostages and defeat Hamas, claiming that this strategy is advancing the deal. The October 7 Hamas attack resulted in 1,195 Israeli deaths and 251 hostages taken, while Israel's retaliation has led to over 38,919 deaths in Gaza. Although Biden has shown strong support for Israel, he has expressed concerns over specific military actions and has temporarily halted the delivery of heavy bombs to Israel. The relationship between the White House and Netanyahu is strained, with some Democrats, like Senator Brian Schatz, boycotting Netanyahu's speech. Netanyahu aims to reaffirm Israel's ties with the U.S. and shift the focus to threats from Iran during his Washington trip. Despite the tensions, the U.S. continues to support Israel militarily and diplomatically, even as international criticism over the humanitarian toll in Gaza mounts. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong swimmer Edie Hu has shattered the record for swimming the 20 km Oresund Strait between Denmark and Sweden, completing the feat in 5 hours, 10 minutes, and 18 seconds. At 49, Hu became the 9th person to conquer this officially monitored challenge since its inception in 2021. Setting off from Bellevue Beach near Copenhagen, she reached Barsbäcks Hemkrog in Sweden, aided by favorable conditions, flat currents and strong winds pushing her forward. The water temperature was a comfortable 17 to 18 degrees Celsius, similar to Hong Kong's January waters. Navigating through one of the world's busiest maritime routes, Hu managed to finish 54 minutes faster than the previous record set by American James Carn. Hu, who fell in love with open water swimming after moving to Hong Kong in 2007, has already conquered 3 of the ocean's 7 challenges, including the English Channel, Catalina Channel, and Strait of Gibraltar. While she remains undecided about tackling the remaining 4 swims, Hu is excited to attend the Paris Olympics next year, where she will cheer on the Hong Kong team with tickets to various swimming events. As Hu turns 50, she remains open to new challenges and adventures in the world of open water swimming. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Waking up to wonders, checking nature blunders. Got our rockets flying while the oceans are sighing. Lasers in the sky now, holograms we say wow. Quads